Welcome to the first episode of our UPCAT Mathematics lecture series. So nasimulan na natin last week yung science lecture series. So kung hindi nyo pa yan napanood, andun lang din siya sa profile page ng restriction site. So this mathematics series would follow the same format. We will still be answering 5 questions and discussing the steps behind each solution. Sige, simulan natin. For question number 1, in the figure, KLMN is a parallelogram with angle measures as marked. Find x plus y. And di ba alam natin na sa parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So pag sinabi nating opposite, ayan, yung magkabilaan na yan. So whatever is the measure here should be equal to the angle measure across it. So, yan yung sila yung magkakaparehas. Tapos, ito naman si 3x minus 2y at si m ang magkakaparehas. So, given that, we can actually equate x plus 2y with 105 kasi nga equal yung opposite sides. Tapos, we can also equate 3x minus 2y with the angle here at m. So, yan. Yung angle measure ni M. Tapos, kailangan kasi natin na dalawang variables lang kasi mahihirapan tayo. So, kailangan natin i-find out muna kung ano yung measure ni angle M. Tapos, we know na since 105 si L, N should also be 105, di ba? Yung total dapat ni x plus 2y ay 105 kasi nga equal sila. And the sum of all angles in the parallelogram is 360 degrees. So 360 degrees ang total internal angles ng parallelogram. Ima-minus natin yan sa 2 times 105. Kasi 2 times 105, yan yung sum nito ni N and ni L. So 360 minus 2 times 105, that would be 360 minus 2 times 105. That would be 150 degrees. That means na yung sum ni M, yung sum ni angle M at yung sum ni angle K, ito silang dalawa, yung sum nila should be equal to 150 degrees. And since equal sila, i-divide lang natin by 2. So 150 degrees divided by 2, that's equal to 75 degrees. So si M pala ay 75 degrees. Tapos ito naman si K, this is also equal to 75 degrees. So given that, alam na natin na si angle M is equal to 75. And ngayon na alam na natin na si angle M ay equal to 75, we will now come up with two equations with two variables. Pwede na tayong gumamit ng system of linear equations in order to solve this problem. So again, isulat natin, you have your equation 1, which is x plus 2y is equal to 105. Then meron din tayong equation 2, which is 3x minus 2y is equal to 75. Pwede kang gumamit ng any technique na convenient sa'yo sa pagsisystems. Pero yung gagamitin ko in this case would just be addition. Kasi, tingnan mo, si 2y at si negative 2y, pwede mo na yung ma-eliminate agad. So, x plus 3x, that would be 4x. Then, 2y minus 2y, that's 0. Then, 105 plus 75, that's equal to 180. Then, over 4, 180, and ba yan? 180 divided by 4. 4 times 4, 16, 20. So 45. 5 times 4, 20. Ayan, so 45. X is actually equal to 45. And we can substitute this X to any of your two equations. So pwede mong i-substitute dito, pwede mo rin i-substitute dito in order to find Y. Let's say isa-substitute ko siya sa first equation. So magiging 45 plus 2Y is equal to 105. Then transfer 45 to the other side. 2y is equal to 105 minus 45. That's equal to 105 minus 105 minus 45, that's equal to 60. Then 2y. So 2y is equal to 60, divide both sides by 2, y is equal to 30. Then, ang pinapahanap kasi sa question is what is the sum of x plus y? So that would be x plus y is equal to 45 degrees plus yung y natin na 30 degrees. The final answer would be 75 degrees. I hope that's clear. So ang ginawa lang natin ay dapat alam natin na opposite sides of the or opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. Tapos alam din natin na the sum of all internal angles in the parallelogram is equal to 360 degrees. Then we do the systems of linear equation using any method that's convenient for you, be it elimination, subtraction, anything na convenient para sa'yo and convenient para sa problem, gamitin mo yon. Then we find variables x and y. Then we add the both of them, we get x plus y. So the final answer would be 75 degrees. Let's proceed to the next question. And this is question number 2. What is the sum of the measures of the angles of this polygon? So, paano natin yan sasagutan? And so actually, may formula tayo na pwedeng magamit sa pag-solve ng question na to. Kasi ang tinatanong lang naman ay sum ng internal angles ng polygon mo. And this is the formula. N minus 2 times 180 degrees. And n is just the number of sides. So n is just the number of sides. Tapos, minus 2 times 180 degrees. In this case, bilangin natin ilan yung sides ng polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 sides. Kaya, isa-substitute natin siya doon sa formula. Magiging 7 minus 2 times 180 degrees. 7 minus 2, that's 5. Times 180 degrees, ilan yan? So 5 times 180, that's equal to 900. By the way, bawal mag-calculator sa NMAT. Ay, sa UFCAT. So bawal mag-calculator sa math portion. And so the correct answer for this item is 900 degrees, which is letter B. And let's proceed to the next question. Item 3. If 4 lines are drawn in a plane, what is the maximum possible number of points of intersection of the lines? So again, may formula tayo na pwedeng magamit dito. That would just be n times n minus 2 over 2. So ito yung number of intersections na possible, wherein your n is the number of lines. In this case, sabi sa problem, we have 4 lines, kaya pwede natin siyang ma-substitute directly doon sa formula. That would be 4 times 4 minus 2. Then, over 2. Ay, hindi pala n minus 1. Ayan, n minus 1. Sa sum of internal angles pala yung n minus 2. So dito, sa pag-determine ng intersections ng a certain number of lines, the formula is n times n minus 1 over 2. So 4 times 4 minus 1. So that's equal to 4 times 3 over 2. That's 12, diba? 12 over 2. That's equal to 6. That's letter C. So again, the formula in finding the maximum number of intersections given a certain number of lines would be n times n minus 1 over 2, wherein n is the number of lines. I hope that's clear. Let's now proceed to the next item. If the sides of a quadrilateral are 8, 14, 12, and 20, and the longest side of a similar quadrilateral is 30, how long is the shortest side of the quadrilateral? So, paano yun natin gagawin? So, meron ka daw dalawang quadrilaterals and similar sila. That means yung ratio ng bawat side should be equal. So, what we can do for this item is to first determine the similarity ratio. So, ang similarity ratio, mag-ano ka lang, gagawin mo lang fraction form yung equivalent sides ng dalawang polygons mo. For example, in this case, di ba, yung longest side dito sa smaller quadrilateral is 20. Pero doon sa bigger na quadrilateral na similar sa kanya, yung longest side niya is 30. So we can determine a ratio. That would be 30 over 20. Kasi 30 ang longest side nung mas malaking quadrilateral, 20 naman ang longest side ng smaller na quadrilateral. So 30 over 20, that's 3 halves, di ba? When you express it in lowest terms. Tapos yung tanong dito, how long is the shortest side of the quadrilateral? Since alam na natin ang similarity ratio, so this is again your SR or your similarity ratio, we can then multiply that doon sa measure ng side na gusto nating kuhanan. In this case, how long is the shortest side? Ang shortest side doon sa smaller quadrilateral is 8. Tapos, para malaman natin kung anong measure niya doon sa bigger na quadrilateral, we will just multiply that measure to the similarity ratio. So, 8 times 3 halves, kasi 3 halves ang similarity ratio. 8 times 3, that's 24. 24 over 2, that's 12. So the correct answer for this item is 12 centimeters. So again, if meron kang similar polygons, hindi lang quadrilateral actually, like any polygon na similar. So pag sinabi nating similar, yung ratio ng mga sides nila ay pare-parehas lang. It's just that either mas malaki siya or mas maliit. Pero yung ratio ay parehas lang. So in this case, sa first quadrilateral, yung measure ng sides niya ay 8, 14, 12, and 20. Diba? Tapos, binigay sa atin yung measure ng longest side ng bigger na quadrilateral. So in order for us to determine kung ano yung ratio ng both quadrilaterals, i-express lang natin siya in a fraction form. So, in this case, yung longest niya ay 30. So, 30 over 20. Kasi 20 ang longest sa bigger, then 20 naman ang longest dun sa bigger. Ay, baliktad. 30 ang longest side doon sa bigger quadrilateral and 20 naman ang longest side doon sa smaller quadrilateral. And when you have already solved for the similarity ratio, i-multiply mo na lang siya doon sa side na hinahanap mo. In this case, shortest side ang hinahanap, which is 8 doon sa smaller quadrilateral. So 8 times the similarity ratio of 3 halves, the answer would be 12 centimeters. Okay. So 12 centimeters, that's letter B. Let's proceed to the last question. Yan. An isosceles triangle with a base. Hindi ko mabasa. Wait lang. Naka-cover siya. 10 pala. Ayan. An isosceles triangle with a base 10 centimeters has an area of 60 centimeters squared. Find its perimeter. So when we say an isosceles triangle, that just means na rectangle siya with at least two sides na equal. So in this case, pwedeng ito. Ayan, equal yung dalawang side. And since equal yung dalawang sides, para lang yung actually para ka lang nagdikit ng dalawang right triangle. Kasi 'di ba, this would form a right angle, ito rin this would form a right angle. So ayan yun, pag isosceles again, equal yung measure ng at least two of the sides. Kaya it would form a right angle dito sa gitna. So para kang nagdikit ng dalawang right triangle. Ang pinapahanap is perimeter. And remember na the perimeter is just the sum of all sides of any polygon. So in order to find the perimeter, we will just be adding the measure of this side, let's say A, of this side, which is B, and this side, which is C. A, B, C. Ngayon, we need to find first, what is the measure of this A? Sabi ko, di ba, na this would form a right triangle kasi may right angle ka here. And when we treat that, atong other half, if we treat the other half as a right triangle, then we would say that A is the hypotenuse of that right triangle. So A can serve as the hypotenuse. Tapos, in order for us to find the hypotenuse, we can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Bale, the sum of the two shortest sides, or the sum of the squares of the two shorter sides is equal to the square of the longest side. And in this case, the longest side is A. So kailangan nating hanapin ngayon kung anong measure nito at anong measure nito para magamit natin siya doon sa Pythagorean theorem natin. Mentioned in this problem na the base of your triangle is 10. And since yung height niya divides the base into two equal halves, yung measure actually nito, yan, yung measure niya ng half na yan is just 10 over 2 or 5. So 5 ang measure niyan. Tapos, kailangan na lang nating hanapin yung height. And this is your height, di ba? Yung line sa gitna. How do we find the height? We can use another given doon sa problem, which is your area. And remember na the area of your triangle is just equal to base times height over 2. And sabi sa problem na the area of the triangle is 60, then the base is, ano yung base, di ba? 10. 10, di ba yung base? Base times height. So yung base natin ay 10. Yung height natin, hindi natin alam pa. Over 2. So 60 times 2, that's 120, is equal to 10 times h. Over 10 over 10, cancel, cancel. H is just equal to 120 divided by 10, that's 12. Ibig sabihin pala, the measure of the height is 12. Ayan. So yung measure ng height natin ay 12. Therefore, we can now use that doon sa Pythagorean theorem natin. Kaya magiging 5 squared, kasi that's the measure of the shortest side, plus etong side na to, na height, magiging 12 squared is equal to c squared. And yung c squared natin ay, in this case, etong hypotenuse, di ba? So, i-replace na natin siya with a squared kasi nilabel naman natin siya as a dyan. Okay. Next, 5 squared plus 12 squared, that's equal to 25 plus 144 is equal to a squared. 25 plus 144, that's 169, is equal to a squared. Square root a is equal to positive 13. Ngayon, we now calculated one side of the triangle to be 13. And since equal, yung A and B, kasi nga di ba, isosceles siya, since equal yung dalawang sides, B would now be equal to 13 din. Tapos, ayan, kompleto na tayo. Meron na tayong measure ng A, may measure na tayo ng B, may measure na tayo ng C. So the perimeter of your triangle is just equal to 13 plus 13 plus 10. Kasi 10 yung measure ng buong base. So 13 plus 13, that's 26. 26 plus 10, that's 36. So the measure of your perimeter, which is the sum of the measure of all sides, in this case of that triangle, is equal to 36 centimeters. And that's letter B. The answer is letter B, 36 centimeters. So yan na yung last problem natin for this video, and watch out para sa second lecture video natin for mathematics.